93.7 The Ticket.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
All right, welcome into The Breeze. Harrison Arndt on the ones and twos. As always, on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, we got the boss man DP to my left, as well as Haas DeBreezy, calling on the Allo VIP line where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Haas DeBreezy, how's it going on this Sunday? I hope it's nice out there as it is here in Lincoln.
Yeah, happy Sunday. It's actually 50 degrees with no wind, which is awesome.
I will take the wind, kind sir, that at 47 degrees, we made the full flip from owing degrees to actually being in the black and getting positive degrees. The snow is starting to melt. The sun is out, and there's actually traffic and moving. I know that you have a busy day ahead of you. So let's get straight into it. But first, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? You can, in fact, do that. Hit us up. Give me a what's up, and we will get into the conversation. You can follow on the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Channel 961 if you want to do. Now, Haas DeBreezy, what's on your mind? Hey, Haas, what do you want to talk about?
So, DP, I was getting WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 16, WrestleMania 15 vibes this Friday night on SmackDown when The Rock came out and said he is the final boss in such a way that he owns WWE. He's the owner. He is going to come in and do whatever he wants. And he might as well have changed his music to No Chance, because that's what you got, and called himself Mr. Rock McMahon, because that's who the new villain of the WWE is. And it's awesome to have someone in that role, in a leadership role, again, be the bad guy.
So if we've seen this movie before, right? We're familiar. Like that sounded familiar. That felt familiar. Is that what we're going for? Are we going for the known rather than the new, the change, the innovative, what are we going for?
Well, here's what's unknown is who's the hero. So we've had Daniel Bryan be the hero. We've had Stone Cold be the hero. We've had Cody Rhodes, Kofi be the hero. Who's the hero right now? And people are thinking it's going to be Cody Rhodes. But guess what, DP? I have not a prediction, but a spoiler. The hero is going to be John Cena. The hero is going to be John Cena. And they're going to actually let Cody Rhodes break all the Cody crybabies' hearts. It's going to make my son, who's 7 years old, cry and have to turn in all of his American Nightmare stuff because Cody Rhodes is going to go evil. And he's going to sell out. and he's going to turn bad, and he's going to need a hero like John Cena to be the good guy.
So we've done these victory tours, these celebratory legacy tours. We've done these, right? Like we know that they exist and that they happen, right? Is that what you want? What do you want in this thing? Because that question leads to another question. So what do you want from this?
I always love the bad guy. I love Vince McMahon, ultimate heel, not the person he is outside of wrestling. I love the Authority. I love when Triple H would be the antagonist for Daniel Bryan. When you talk about Toni Storm, I love Mariah May. I give her all the props and keep bringing up how important she is. We need a villain with a good guy. And so we need a good guy for this villain. And I don't think Cody Rhodes is good enough to be the hero against the Rock villain. We need a bigger good guy against the Rock villain. So is it John Cena? Is it Roman Reigns? So I don't care if it's been played out. It's been played out since the Romans in 200 BC that you need a good guy and a bad guy. And the Rock as the final boss, the ultimate final boss, the ultimate villain, has no match.
So with that being said, right, and that's a real thing along the way, but is in fact Cena the answer? Like, because whatever the thing that you do next, whatever the payoff is for this, remember that it has effect down the road. That one, whatever you're doing, you're going to devalue the greatest thing that's carried you for the last 3 years, 4 years. You're going to devalue the hottest thing going. You're going to devalue the bloodline in full, right? Because if to me, when you said you need a hero, the hero, yeah, you need a hero. You need a villain, right? So Rock, we've always said that heel Rock might be the best Rock, right? We understand that the heel version of Rock, Orton, Kevin Owens, Edge, Flair, Brock Lesnar, right? Every version of the superstar that exists that have ever turned, we prefer the heel version of them, right?
Roman Reigns,
right? Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, Jay and Jimmy. Like, we understand that the only person that currently is on the good side of that thing is Jay. But what are you doing to Roman Reigns? What are you doing to Jey Uso? What are you doing to Gunter that you've built up all this stuff on? And then you're going to put it all on pause and tell them all to take a back seat, get in the back seat. Some of them are being asked to ride in the middle, right? That you built up Jacob Fatu, and what are you going to do with it? Is it just to take on Solo? Is it to flip Solo? Because what if Solo is the hero that we all need? What if Fatu is the hero we all need? I don't know. And I think to make it interesting, it has to be somebody other than Cena. Because if you do that, if Cena's on his final run, right? We did this with Shawn. We did it with Flair. We did it with Undertaker. But we didn't give them the strap. We didn't give them the strap. So what do you do for him to be the hero that we think he needs to be? How do you inject that into it in time for WrestleMania? Because WrestleMania is right around the corner.
So I was expecting Roman Reigns to come out, and maybe Roman Reigns comes out at Elimination Chamber. The problem with Roman Reigns coming out and being involved in this storyline is he was involved in a storyline with CM Punk and Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble. So what are the plans for Roman Reigns? Now, we don't need Roman Reigns to be involved with CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. We can let those two guys have a one-on-one match, even though they've already had one at the first Raw of the year. We we need someone that big, because Roman Reigns was the mega star, the biggest star the last 3-4 years. And regardless of him not having the belt, he doesn't need the belt. If Roman Reigns shows up, we are all stopping and paying attention. Now, with that said, there has been a lot of negativity around The Rock. Why is he changing personas? Why is he good then bad? Why is he like going on different tangents? It doesn't matter. I wanted to make sure on Friday night I was available in front of a screen, regardless of what he said, regardless of how good it was. I had to listen to it. And that's why The Rock is out there. And as much as I like Liv Morgan, I'm sorry that their match got cut short and we didn't get to watch Liv Morgan fight Naomi. I understand that's really sad for the fans, but stop it. Stop it. We needed to hear from The Rock. Earlier, we were complaining that The Rock's not going to be a part of WrestleMania. And now we're complaining that The Rock came in and took 40 minutes of SmackDown and went all on these tangents. We probably just need to take away Twitter and all these capabilities for people to complain, because they just complain. The sky is blue. Oh, it's cloudy. Oh, it's cloudy. Oh, it's green. Just whatever it is, the opposite is what they complain about. And just stop it. Just enjoy having The Rock. This is exactly what happened last year. The Rock came in and we're upset that The Rock came in. And the crowd ruined the best main event for WrestleMania 40, which would have been Rock and Roman. They ruined it. Don't ruin this.
But you cannot ask them not to be the marks and then be the mark by saying, don't ruin it. That's literally what the response that they want from you. They want you upset. They want you because here's the thing. Yeah. The next fan is who they're catering for. They've got DP and Haas and they've got Don. They're trying to get the next guy. They're really trying to get the next guy. And I don't know how this is going to play out, in the sense that I want to be, you're right. I was in front of the TV. I multitask. What I put on the big screen in front of me is the thing. And nobody on a microphone draws like The Rock. Literally nobody. There's nobody. So to do that, bravo. And then to flip it and turn him into heel Rock right in front of our very eyes. It was amazing that they went towards the psychology rather than the action to tell the story. Like, I can't recall it being not a turn, a physical turn. It was a psychological turn.
They're playing chess, not checkers.
I think The Rock has been watching Tony Storm.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Right? That he has, nobody in the game has a greater understanding of the psychology of wrestling than The Rock. Like, he turned it on, he turned it off. His verbal smackdown, incredible. Like, he blew that room up. And then he made them sit, right? He made them sit, right? He owned New Orleans without owning New Orleans. He went in and said, "This is all for me. You guys are going to do whatever I need for you to do." It was incredible. It was incredible to watch.
Did you get Vince McMahon vibes?
No, this was different, because Vince was never. This was Apex Predator Triple H vibe. Yeah, this was not only can I beat you up, but I'm going to play with your I'm going to play with your head. I'm going to play with your mind. Like, this
was Triple H at SummerSlam when Daniel Bryan beat John Cena, became the champion, and Triple H is holding up Daniel Bryan's arm, and then he's holding his arm up for every side of the arena, and then he pedigrees him, and Randy Orton wins the belt. This is that kind of Triple H.
Yeah, this is, and I'm still not sure, because Triple H has to be involved in WrestleMania. So where does that come in?
Ooh.
Where does that come in? Right? Is that us versus them? right? Is
the
that
next week, or some caller, maybe Don, you come in and you say how Triple H is going to get involved. I got to go coach, but I want to hear later on Jokic versus Luka last night. I want to hear what Harrison has to say about that. I got to hop off and go coach. We have a 1:15 tip off.
And love on the kids, bro. We got this covered for you.
Have a good one, Haas.
Love you, Lincoln. All right.
There you go.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, it's always so. Here's the thing. That wrestling storytelling at its highest levels is going at a level. It's at an elevation that I'm not sure we've seen before. Right? And I'm not sure that you have so many pockets. This takes us back to the Monday night battles when WCW was pulling WWE stars over and they were going back and forth. So it's really good. It's really good in the space. We'll go to the text line because I think it's fair.
Yeah, we got Don in there.
Yeah, it says, "What's up, DP Haas and Harrison?" 2 questions. Is Cena's final run still great if he doesn't get that 17th? Yeah, that we understand that people are so emotionally invested in the legends that when they leave, they just want the tribute. They want the tribute.
Mm-hmm.
Flair didn't win it. Flair got his head kicked off in his last one. Undertaker took a loss. I mean, it is a big thing to at least have your moment. Shawn Michaels had his moment. It's kind of the deal. Like Taker's like, I can't go back out there and do this thing. Yeah, I can't do this thing. Sting had his moment, right? You don't have to win the title to do that. But what we know now is that this regime of WWE is not against flipping the title back on TV because TV is now Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's now Netflix. We're not talking about, you're just on USA. You're on Netflix. So the power of and production of this thing, they can build up a Monday night into the greatest thing ever on Netflix. And you're fine. So if Cena wins it at WrestleMania, he could lose it 3 weeks later on Netflix. And, you build that up because it's another boost that leads you back into the cycle of pay-per-views. But and there's also been that thing that where Flair has gone public in saying, well, 17's not the number anyway. Like, it's great that if he gets another title, but people forget that Flair dropped the title several times in nondescript ways and minor cities at minor events, and it's not a part of the record. Like, there's the story. If you want to go through, he went to the I want to say he went to the Dominican Republic, and out of his own safety, he dropped the title to a nobody. I wouldn't call him a nobody, but not somebody that the average fan knows, just because the military folks told him, hey, bro, you walk out here with a title this evening, we can't protect you. We can't protect you. We can't get you out of. And this is the same sort of place where you end up where Bruiser Brody gets offed.
Oh, so yeah, he really made it the executive decision. Like, let's just worry about my life, not the belt.
Look, they went through. They've also done a really good job of removing the video from that. Right? That the story is that, one, he was supposed to. It was supposed to be the controversial countdown.
Yep.
3 fall, and then, hey, you come back Monday and go under further review. But no, he had to go back because the guy actually had the belt. So he had to go back and get the belt. Bruh, and that belt is insured and bonded. So guess what? He gives that belt up. That's $20,000 back in the day when that was probably closer to $200,000 for the belt, right? So, and he says, quite frankly, 17 ain't the number. It's really like 23 because there's some There's some people. So I don't think the strap matters in that sense. I think have your WrestleMania moment, and not that Cena hasn't had enough WrestleMania moments, but use Cena winning the strap to reset the rest of your year. Like if you need to change direction, that's when you do it. Because that's the person that comes in. Cena's got the belt, and they beat him up.
Yeah, I like that.
Right, like
that's we're at a point where it's passing of the torch moment.
Right,
same thing that's going on in the NBA. Someone grab the torch. We're here.
Right, it has to be. And remember that the other side of this thing is while all of this is going on, they're trying to figure out whether to keep Jey Uso as the main event guy in WrestleMania, because if he wins the title, if he loses the title, what have you done to your biggest cash cow? And you can't continually do that. But if he wins it, what do you do with your biggest star, which is Roman Reigns? What do you do with your next up-and-comer? What do you do with Jacob Fatu? Do you throw away Solo after you've put so much investment into him? What do you do with Jimmy Uso? Like, all of the stuff is in play, and you got to figure out how this is going to play out after WrestleMania. Because that's going to carry you. They book 9 months in advance, so it's the next thing. And you've got to know what that is. What's The Rock's involvement? Right? Is this one and done? Is he in the door, out the door? Not sure. So all of that to be said, I don't think it's necessary for him to win the strap. Me personally, I would like for it to for the stories that could come. Him winning the strap gives you more stories. More good stories immediately following WrestleMania. Then he asked Don Esco, he says, when AEW comes to Omaha in a few weeks, DP, what is your sign going to read for Tony Storm to read? Now, if I am going to AEW in Omaha, first of all, yeah, I have, like, I'm not going to go and sit up in the rafters. Like, if I'm going to go and watch 3 hours of wrestling to get my 20 minutes of Tony Storm and whoever else happens to be there, right? It's not a Jericho thing. It's not I don't know.
There was a couple of those showed up for Omaha basketball as well.
Right,
they were teasing it in that area.
Right. They were there for Omaha basketball. They were in the locker room. So, like, I get it. But also that WWE is coming back to Omaha March 5th? May 5th?
Oh, okay.
May 5th? Yeah, and let me know. But I think they're both later on. But here's the thing. To sit where I want to sit for Tony Storm.
I don't think they'll let you get that close.
Oh, they're going to. Listen, there's a number. There's a number, bruh. There's a number. I'm getting a number, Harrison. The only thing is I have to explain to Becky that
it's a business investment.
Right.
We'll just give you the ticket camera.
Right, just for content. Right. Write it off. But to sit there, those seats are $500. Which, if you ask me to spend $500 for wrestling, I wouldn't pay $500 for Monday Night Raw or Friday, SmackDown. I might pay that much for Money in the Bank because it's a full deal. Mm-hmm. Maybe some of the pay-per-views, but not sure. Harrison, if I said you could sit front row to see what all of this was about and it would cost you $40, would you go?
$40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$60?
Yeah.
$80?
Now I need to see what the script looks like.
Right?
Because there's only like a few things I'm really hoping for.
The lineup, right?
Yeah.
The lineup, right?
Because if I pay $80, like, nah, or 60, 80, it's not that much. But if it's just like a bunch of wasted time, I'm going to be pissed about $80 in a bad night.
I'm going to say this so that people understand. At Ralston Arena, it is March 19th. So I don't have much time to make a decision.
And WWE's May 5th.
Right. Now, I can tell you in full, May 5th is right after WrestleMania.
Yes.
Right.
That seems like the one maybe you want to spend your money on.
Right. See, you with me here. That I'm not sure. Now, in truth, I'm at a place in my life where if I want to do both, I'm just going to do both. And I'm just going to fall on the grenade and whatever happens, happens, right? Like, but I can also say that if this was a month ago and Tony Storm was missing, I would not go to Ralston Arena.
No.
They could not entice me to go there. Now, they've got a pretty good lineup from what it appears. But I still would not go spend money, AEW, Ralston, no Tony Storm. I'm literally going for Tony Storm. I will enjoy the rest of it, but I'm going for Tony.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Unless it's under $40, like I probably ain't going.
And I can say this. So Harrison, I may have to make an executive decision, and you and I will go together. We'll just take the night off. We'll take that night off, and we will just go. What day of the week is March? Wednesday?
That is
Is that a Wednesday?
That is a Wednesday. March 5th, Wednesday.
March 19th.
March 19th is Wednesday.
Okay. So Harrison, I think, and it is a 6:30 doors open. So in my head, just so you experience this thing, right? I think we should do it.
I'm not going to say no.
And Haas, I apologize in advance. Becky, I apologize in advance because, quite frankly, Don asked about the sign. There is nothing I could put on a sign that I would want Tony Storm to read that would be appropriate for me to put on a sign for Tony Storm to see.
I think I'll just
I'm going to fanboy, and I don't know. Right? Like, I'm lining this thing up for, again, I would not go if there was no Tony Storm. And they've got a full roster, and it's a good event. Like, I watched some last night. Good stuff. If the tickets were free, maybe I would go if there was no Tony Storm. Right? He offers himself as a
I see you, Don, trying to work quick in there.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, Don. You would probably have to fight Bach. And maybe Adam Carricker, as a matter of fact.
Geez, yeah. Don, you might want to. Well, I don't know how big you are, Don.
Yeah,
Carricker is a big dude.
yeah. I don't know if this is what grenade you're falling on. I don't know. So for you, this is what we'll do. We'll go to break. I'm going to ask you the question and get your answer when we come back.
All right.
Front row at AEW with whatever lineup they have, or WWE CHI Health Center Monday night after WrestleMania. Which one, Harrison? We will get his answer when we come back to the Breeze.
From the Sandhills to the Metro and everywhere in between, the Nebraska State Patrol is dedicated to keeping Nebraska safe. And now is your chance to join the mission. With a statewide SWAT team, criminal investigations, aviation, drone operations, Husker detail, and more, there are unlimited ways to define your career with a title that stands for excellence. Trooper. Applications open February 24th. Visit NebraskaTroopers.com to get ready to patrol the good life.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios. 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse, and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier dealership. Stocking top brands such as Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycles, Sea-Doo, Manitou pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership and ring in the new year the right way on an Indian motorcycle. Save big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft to ring in the new year at their new 27th and I-80 location.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in the Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got DP to my left. Haas to Breezy getting ready. Well, probably is already coaching right now, but you guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. And we're trying to figure it out. AEW on the 19th next month or going to WWE. I can't remember what date that even was.
May 5th.
May 5th.
And they don't give, I don't think they've given a full roster of who's available. I know it says that Lashley and the Hurt group will be here, so Lashley and MVP will be here. I keep waiting to see who's going to be here. But
right now I'm leaning towards AEW, though.
Here's the other thing. Yeah. So there's like Tony Storm's going to be here.
That's kind of carrying most of the way.
That's the thing, right? Like, okay. Like I hate to be that guy, but I'm that guy right now. That I would be mad to not go see her after having followed her so much.
Oh yeah, it's like a generational run. That'd be like being a massive Tiger Woods fan, and then
you
have the opportunity to go watch him on Sunday in his red, and you just you don't.
It's the thing that musically that was kind of the measuring stick was. I'm glad that in the era that I grew up in, we had access to like Hall of Fame musical acts, and we went and saw them. And we complained about, $39 tickets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, imagine going to see, at his apex, going to see the Jackson tour at RFK, and I want to say I spent $69, maybe. For really good seats to see Michael Jackson after Thriller.
The worst part of that is that we could still have that, but it's like the third party scalping, like Ticketmaster and all that stuff screws everybody over.
Well,
So
I mean,
it's
here's
just
the
not even
thing.
the same.
Well, I mean, but they're doing business because the acts are making more.
Yeah, they were making more. For sure.
The acts are absolutely making. I mean, these tours are crazy.
Oh yeah.
But we were talking music yesterday, and it struck me that I had seen most of my favorite acts live. That I saw Prince live. I saw Baby Prince. I saw Prince in 1979. I saw Prince when he was out here.
Did people already know he was it though? Like, at what point did everybody realize
we knew right away because we had never seen anything like him. I saw Sly and the Family Stone. I saw I'm mad I didn't see Hendrix. I'm mad I didn't get to see the Beatles, but I did see the members of the Beatles, just not together.
Were you a fan of what they call it, the European invasion, UK invasion? When the Beatles came over with their music?
Well, so that's the border for me because late 60s, I'm a kid.
Yeah.
But I understood it because we were pushed three network channels. We were pushed by the Ed Sullivan Show. We were pushed by the Merv Griffin Show. Like, that's where you saw the acts. Otherwise, because there was no MTV, there was no digital radio in full.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got whatever local radio, and that was when radio was at its apex because radio was the great communicator for all of that. TV was still finding its legs. Cable didn't really run like that. So, but my family and friends could tell me about the first, when the Beatles landed, they came straight to DC and they played the old DC Armory. That was their first American gig. And my friends' parents who went would tell, like, they would speak in glowing terms. You talk to Johnny Holiday, right? Johnny Holiday was the go-to DJ in San Francisco. As a matter of fact, he did a show with Sly Stone before he was Sly and the Family Stone. Like, he emceed the last live tour concert that the Beatles did. Johnny Holiday was the host. And now that dude's calling basketball for Maryland, football and basketball for Maryland.
That's crazy.
But he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Music and the Sports Hall of Fame for those reasons. And you go, we were lucky. I got to see young Ric Flair at the Richmond Coliseum. $4? $7 maybe.
That's crazy.
Right? Like I went.
Even small names going to be $50.
Well,
the tiny name's going to cost you $50.
So and I was a DC kid, so I didn't know. Again, it was a different era. We got WWF wrestling, so I got Vince McMahon Sr. I got those folks. When I got to Richmond, and Richmond's right down the road, it's like the difference. Yeah, seriously, it was an hour and 35 minutes away, but it was a different wrestling world in Richmond, different planet. Because it was different wrestlers. And I walked, like they said, my roommate said, I'm going to a wrestling match. Do you want to go? I was like, sure. Whatever. Like, I'm probably not going to know any of these people. To tell you that I literally could, so it's like from the station to PBA, I walked to the Richmond Coliseum. And on that card, the opening match was a young, and I mean a teenage, Blackjack Mulligan Jr., who then grew up into, of course, he was representing his dad, who was Blackjack Sr., but he would go on to become Barry Windham of the Four Horsemen. I saw Sergeant Slaughter and his partner, Don Cornoodle. I saw young Ricky Steamboat with his tag team partner, Jay Youngblood, and they were just the most popular, good-looking wrestler.
What was the young Ricky Steamboat? He was like one of the early big stars.
Well, he's maybe the greatest face guy that never turned. Like, it's Steamboat and Cena side by side.
And I'd argue probably more people would say Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah, I mean, because Steamboat held on to it. He held on to it, and Steamboat went through different evolutions because he was the young Hawaiian, right? And you talk about good-looking wrestlers. Ricky Steamboat was at the top of the the best-looking wrestlers ever, male wrestlers. Ricky Steamboat look, if you took your girl to see Ricky Steamboat, she belonged to him for the night. Like she would forget you were there.
Well, the one thing too I'll never understand was Cena. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but Cena never had charisma. Like, he had it, but not to the extent.
Oh, no,
to the extent that.
No, he had it, but he. You remember, the Doctor of Thugonomics was a whole new level of charisma that WWE had never had. They had never had. Well, they had that. But charisma to me,
he did make George cool.
Right? That charisma to me, especially when it comes to white wrestlers having charisma, we'll go all the way back. It's superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah.
It's Austin Idol. It's Dusty Rhodes. It's Flair. Trying to think of who. Jesse Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura. Those are the guys that had the greatest charisma of anybody back in the day. So greatest face? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Steamboat should have had more title runs, but Steamboat was a family guy. Steamboat wanted to be home. His wife negotiated all of his contracts and agreements. Steamboat wanted to be home.
Oh man, so he's just that family man.
He wanted to be home. So having the world title meant traveling the world, being gone all the time. The guys who were really good at that were really good at living that life.
Yeah,
that's how championships were determined. One, would you show up? Two, charisma, right? But more than charisma was stability. Can I trust you? Harley Race carried that strap. He and Nick Bockwinkel. And at one time, the three champions were Nick Bockwinkel, Harley Race, Bob Backlund. The three most steadfast, consistent dudes ever. They weren't gonna give you a great mic game. That's not who they were. But that's not what the game was back then.
Those always blows my mind too, because how much for a guy like Ricky Steamboat, early before he was big, because they're just driving all to that stuff privately, right? They're just
they're in a car. And as a matter of fact, there's a pool of people in a car. There's 6 wrestlers in a car. 4 if you were somebody special. 6 if you were at the bottom of the car because it was the only way you could save money. And they weren't making a lot of money. And I mean, no money.
You still got to get a hotel and all
Right.
that.
And they were sharing hotels. That's why there were so many stories about the nonsense and chaos that went on, because you had these grown men going to these different towns, and it's 4 single guys, and then whatever else happened in that town. And there was always something happening in that town, because the 4 guys at the bottom of the lineup were the 4 most popular in the community. They're the ones that would go to the bar, and
it's starting to make sense.
Right? Like that was how it worked. And it was spectacular. So the TV side of it was only in the full presentation, rather than it being about personality and charisma. It was those 3 promoters choose 3 people that they could trust with their strap. Like, you're not going to go to a town, you're not going to go to Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and have some yokel go rogue and beat you for the title. Can you actually fight at the end of this thing? Like, if somebody's not honoring the agreement, can you punch them in the face and leave town with our strap? That was it. That was it. So Harley Race, when they tell you he was one of the toughest guys to ever live, they meant it. Nick Bockwinkel ran the Midwest. Vern Gagne, because if he could keep people in line, right? I'm not giving you a title. And that's why so many sons and nephews also got straps, because you could at least trust them with your strap. Like, if there's 4 straps in America.
Yeah, this is crazy.
If there's 4 straps, and then if it's your tag teams often mirrored that. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew with originally Gene and Ole Anderson, or Gene and Lars, and then Ole. Ole was not really an Anderson, but he looked like Gene. And when they needed to replace it, they needed a tag team, right? So what happens? Those folks go to the local bar, and whether it's Minnesota, Montana, the Dakotas, if you're in a bar on a cold winter night having a beer, and the 2 dudes, the 2 big lumberjacks from down the street decide they go, you know what? You guys aren't so tough. I'm going to try you. Can you leave North Dakota with my straps, bro? Like,
that is so funny.
I mean,
I don't know. I just like, man, when you get, the further you get back with the wrestling, the more it makes sense. It's like, oh, I get why this thing was popping off and it was a hit.
Well, think about it. It was these superheroes, who would come to your town, and you would not see, for the most part, you didn't see Bockwinkel race, except you saw them once or twice a year.
No social media, and then like all of a sudden,
No
there's
social
whispers
media,
of this behemoth of a man in your bar.
Well, you're getting. I mean, the wrestling magazine.
Oh yeah,
the wrestling magazine, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. There were 2. So Bill Apter was a guy that was one of the great writers, and his family passed it along. But that was how it was done.
Was it really popular, those magazines?
Oh my God, bro! It was Sports Illustrated and then Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Like, literally, people were running to the mailbox to find out how their favorite wrestler did that way, and they would have these big posters in the middle of it, and you waited. Like, literally, think about that. That if you got them once a month, there were 12 wrestlers from around the entire world who got their posters put up that year.
Do you have any old copies?
I do.
Okay.
So we
gotta go to break.
I will go to break, but I will tell you when we come back. I will tell you. I will humble myself and tell you one of the most embarrassing things I can possibly tell you when we come back to the breeze.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need. Advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce creamy rich. One love.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings, and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoydFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Go Hog Wild Pet Barbecue.
Hog Wild has a delicious way for you to enjoy beef brisket. It's our open-faced hot beef sandwich. We start with our grilled Texas toast. Add a scoop of creamy mashed potatoes. Load them up with some tender Hog Wild beef brisket and top it off with our tasty brown gravy. It's absolutely delicious. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of The Breeze. DP Harrison Arns, as always. Appreciate you guys joining in. 402-464-5685. You can always get any last-second comments out there. But DP, I'll throw it over to you. We got not a ton of time here left, and we've talked a lot of wrestling.
So there are things that you do in your life that you think are cool at the time, right? And college is the space where you kind of identify yourself and then rebrand yourself. Like you reimagine yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought as an athlete, I thought I was cool because I was from DC, air quotes, going to Richmond because there's a lot of country folks, right? And I thought I was cool. But then the thing that happens, you get around the country folks and you realize that south of the Mason-Dixon, their wrestling is way important to them. It is super important.
Big time.
And I thought, okay, so you decorate your room as a freshman. I chose to take 6 months worth of posters, middle of the magazine posters, the full fold out posters.
Yeah, I used to get those with the East Bay. It was the NBA, same thing, middle of it.
Yep. And I was that dude. I was the guy that had wrestling posters up in his college dorm. And I mean a lot of them. I had Bruno Sammartino because he was the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Superstar Billy Graham. I had Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood.
Were the big girl wrestlers back in that day, or were they not? Or were they still kind of making their way?
There really wasn't.
And that makes sense.
Well, Moolah, and the great Moolah, but I was not like Moolah was. That's fine. I gotta be careful.
Is Moolah or no? Am I thinking of a different one? I'm looking at pictures and I don't know. It looks like some Asian.
The great Moolah.
Maybe that's her.
The fabulous Moolah.
Okay.
And she was the one that carried it until Wendy Richter and Cyndi Lauper came along, Hulk Hogan, and they took it to MTV. And they really didn't want. And you talk about how titles were exchanged. That Wendy Richter. It was the rock and wrestling era where Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, Cyndi Lauper, right? Cyndi Lauper validated wrestling by having Captain Lou Albano in her Girls Just Want to Have Fun video. So to see a wrestling manager in the video transcended the game. Wendy Richter was her protege, her partner. They had a big pay-per-view event on MTV. Wendy Richter beats the fabulous Moolah. Wendy Richter, with the heavyweight title, then decides to ask for more money. And Vince McMahon says, okay, you're new to this. You don't know how this works. And then he, in real full form, imagine this, had the fabulous Moolah wear a mask and cover her body and wrestle her as like the masked so-and-so. Except they haven't told Wendy that Moolah and the official are in it together and legitimately, in a full work, took the strap back from Wendy Richter in a steal, and Wendy Richter is standing in the middle of the ring. She doesn't know that. Like, she keeps expecting, somebody's going to come out and correct this.
Oh, that's incredible.
No,
they
took them out
because,
because they didn't trust her. They didn't trust her. And the beauty of Moolah was Moolah could wrap you up and get a 3 count. And that's what happened. And it was spectacular. That's a great video, too, to go back and see the fabulous Moolah steal the title back wearing a mask against Wendy Richter.
I don't have to add to the list.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here. We didn't talk about the Lakers and Nuggets at all. But that's
we got
all right.
time.
We can do that. There's plenty more NBA left. That's going to wrap it up for us. We will set up a replay for you guys. Then we should be back live after this. So don't go anywhere. Ticket Sundays will keep on going here, right here, 1040 O Street.